Oakland, California. The Golden State Warriors openly admitted it when these NBA Finals began. The two-time defending champions said they didn't know the Toronto Raptors as intimately as they would have liked at the start of a series this big. Not very familiar with this team were the words Klay Thompson used after Golden State's Game 1 defeat in Toronto. Warriors coach Steve Kerr said as much even before Game 1 tipped off, noting that the Warriors hardly know the Raptors. They know now. The Warriors are all too aware, 4 games into these finals, that Kawhi Leonard is better than ever. It's clear that the rest of the Raptors, under a sharp rookie coach in Nick Nurse, have taken on a good bit of their stars' unflappability and were all ready for this moment with that withering defense they play. Suddenly facing a 3-1 deficit in a best-of-7 series, Golden State won't be overly concerned by the smothering "We the North" passion that surely awaits in Toronto for Monday night's Game 5 at Scotiabank Arena. But that is a distraction. The Warriors are facing a team that believes it is Warriors North. That is the real issue. That and the Warriors' health woes, which remain significant. I give them the credit, Kerr said Friday night, after Leonard's near-flawless Game 4, 36 points, 12 rebounds and 0 turnovers in 40 minutes, led Toronto to a second straight win at Oracle Arena. They have just played really well offensively, and they've got a lot of threats out there, a lot of shooters, a lot of passers. Kerr could easily point to the injury absence of Kevin Durant as the true culprit, along with the fact that so many of his regulars Thompson, Andre Iguodala, DeMarcus Cousins and Kevon Looney, to name 4, were playing hurt in what history tells us was a must-win game. One suspects that a clutch of pundits will do that for Kerr and slap an asterisk on the end of the series if the Raptors can clinch the first title in franchise history on Monday. Don't expect the Warriors to do that, though, if their dreams of a three-peat are indeed crushed in a mere 5 games. They are banged up, undeniably demoralized and still thoroughly unsure if Durant can come back and try to save this group, but they are also genuinely impressed by what Toronto has done to them. In Game 3, it was the San Antonio Spurs alumnus Danny Green who shook loose for 6 3-pointers after making only 4 in the Eastern Conference Finals. In Game 4, it was Serge Ibaka rumbling for 20 decisive points in support of Leonard after Ibaka totaled just 18 points in the first 3 games. Leonard, Green and Marc Gasol, who were all brought in via trades, combined with the gems Toronto has unearthed, namely Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, have the mighty Warriors dazed. Leonard keeps trusting these guys when the Warriors' coverages force him to. And they keep delivering. Seems like every game, it's somebody else, Golden State's Draymond Green said. You know, Danny Green in Game 3, then we completely take him out of the game tonight, and Serge. The sentence didn't need finishing. Toronto dominated the third quarter in Game 4, a 37-21 thrashing that was easily the worst third quarter in the playoffs in Kerr's 5 seasons here. It was easy for Golden State, synonymous for years with the post-halftime surge, to look at the Raptors and wonder how they managed to pilfer so much of the Warriors' playbook in such a short time. For Leonard especially, these past few days had to be sweet redemption, or as much sweetness and or redemption that the Raptors' famously reserved franchise player will ever allow himself to savor. In his first 2 games at Oracle since his ill-fated tangle with the then Warrior Zaza Pachulia in Game 1 of the 2017 Western Conference Finals, Leonard merely came across as the best player in the world. In the same building where he suffered an injury that some in San Antonio will forever believe marked the beginning of the end of his time as a Spur, Leonard inched toward his second career NBA Finals Most Valuable Player trophy. Along the way, he dragged the Warriors through what may go down as the worst 72 hours of their dynastic run, given the embarrassing suspension of the Warriors' minority investor Mark Stevens for shoving Toronto's Kyle Lowry amid back-to-back home defeats. Of course, Leonard being Leonard, he betrayed almost zero satisfaction in a locker room filled with players who, following Leonard's lead, refused to act as though they had achieved anything yet. Asked what it will mean to Toronto if the Raptors can clinch the title Monday night, a first on Canadian soil, Leonard offered a vintage response, I'm really not sure. He's bound to find out soon enough. Of the 34 teams in finals history to take a 3-1 lead, 33 have gone on to win it all. The Warriors are the lone exception, thanks to their collapse against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2016 finals. It's difficult to see Golden State avenging that fold in its current state. I've been on the wrong side of 3-1 before, so why not make our own history? Draymond Green said. Perhaps the better question is, even if Durant does find his way back onto the floor for Game 5, how close to peak Durant can he really be after missing a month? Durant's last NBA game, remember, was May 8. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us at all, Warriors guard Stephen Curry said. It's just a matter of can we get it done or not, and we're going to leave it all out there starting on Monday. Many of us know it all's in the news media. After watching Golden State win the championship 3 times in the past 4 seasons, are hesitant to dismiss a Warriors resurrection. Ditto for Ibaka, whose Oklahoma City Thunder squandered the same series lead to Golden State in the 2016 Western Conference Finals. Against this team, this ain't over yet. I've been there before, 3-1 is nothing to them, Ibaka told my former colleagues from ESPN Radio. Yet it's also quite evident that the Warriors, no matter what they thought coming into these finals, will not unilaterally decide when or how this dynastic run ends. Injury and free agency, it turns out, are far from the only external forces for Golden State to contend with. The Toronto Raptors will have a say in how this all ends. The Warriors know that now more than ever.